Welcome to the One Life podcast with Behka White. This is episode 100, Feel It to Heal It. Yesterday, we discussed Name It to Tame It and how naming our emotions can help us improve our emotional awareness. Today's tip is along those same lines. Feel it to heal it. Allowing ourselves to feel our emotions is vulnerability at its finest. It is allowing the world we live in to touch us, both positively and negatively. It is allowing other people to touch us. When we love, we risk grief. When we trust, we risk betrayal. When we feel joy, we risk sadness. For those of us who have experienced deep hurt, it is much easier to put our feelings on lockdown to avoid the pain of feeling ever again. Of course, that is like walking through life only half awake and experiencing only a small portion of all that life has to offer us. Additionally, if we are a person unfamiliar with feeling emotions, it can be so uncomfortable, especially the negative ones, but the positive ones too. But here's a fun fact. According to Dr. Jill Bolt Taylor, emotional responses only last 90 seconds. She says this, quote, "When a person has a reaction to something in their environment, there's a 90-second chemical process that happens within the body. After that, any remaining emotional response is just the person choosing to stay in the emotional loop," end quote. So in other words, for example, if we are scared of something, that initial jolt of adrenaline, fight, flight, or freeze, right? It shocks our system. It metabolizes in 90 seconds. And after that, if we choose to remain in fear, that is because it's a choice, not because there's a chemical reaction in our body. Emotions are chemical reactions in our body. That's why they make us feel good or bad, depending on if they're positive or negative emotions. So Feel it to heal it is a concept that emphasizes the importance of acknowledging and processing our emotions in order to heal from emotional pain. Suppressing or avoiding your emotions can actually make them worse in the long run. So here are some key points to remember. Feel it to heal it is about acknowledging all of our emotions, even the negative ones. This includes sadness, anger, grief, fear, and any other emotions we might be feeling. It's not about wallowing in our emotions. It's about allowing ourselves to feel them fully, without judgment, and then letting them go. It can be a difficult process. It takes time and practice to learn how to process our emotions in a healthy way. For example, some people find it helpful to talk to a therapist or a life coach, while others find it helpful to practice journaling, meditation, or other forms of self-care. Today's invitation is to allow the world you live in to touch you. Allow the people you love to touch you. Be open to fully experiencing life. Feel your feelings. And so, the moments of joy that flood your system with the feel-good chemicals, recognize that it is a 90-second experience, and then those chemicals will be gone. So embrace it. Beyond that, we can choose to stay in that joyful state for as long as we want. And for the negative emotions, sit in the discomfort long enough to allow the emotion to pass through you. When we do this, it can't stay trapped in our body. This is how we release it. We embrace it. We allow it to pass through us. We let it go. Feel it to heal it. Thanks for being here today. As we say goodbye, I just want to remind you that you are beloved. You are an important member of our human family. That's all. Until next time, keep living your best life.